And we are live, man. What's going on, Kyle? Good to see you again.
What's up, Rick?
I'm chilling, man. I'm excited about season two of That's So Controversial, man. Season one was a lot of fun. There was a lot of learning curves. I did a lot of growing as an individual. How was your first season with us here at That's So Controversial?
It was great. I didn't know it was a season finale, but
Neither did I.
so um, so good. I'm happy to be here for season two. Glad I got my contract renewed.
I know, right? It's still up in there. It's still up in talk. So
Oh,
you
okay.
gotta talk to executive producer.
Oh, okay. All right.
All
Yeah,
right,
man.
hold on a second.
I'm happy that we continue to do this, bro.
Yeah, man. Hopefully, it's gonna be a long run.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I forgot to do something real quick. But while we do that,
What's up, man? Let me ask you a question. No, you know
yeah.
what? We're not even gonna do this is season, so we're not even gonna do it. We're not even gonna play those games.
All right,
The
no
daily
game.
chat starts now.
Welcome back to season two of That's So Controversial. I'm your man Rick. Joining me with my co-host today, Kyle Grizam. What's going on, Kyle?
Wait, what was that?
Kyle
I don't get that.
Grizam,
No. Before that,
the clap.
no. Well, after that,
I don't remember. I'm gonna have to replay
he
and
said,
watch this
"Oh,
later.
hey, yeah." He said, "My goals today." All right, cool.
Oh, the today thing. Oh.
Yeah,
My co-host.
yeah, okay. Duly noted. What's up, man?
Yeah, welcome back, everybody. Showcast Adventures of Joe's School. Press One, Mar. Excited to have the usual day ones here with us to talk about what are we talking about today, Kyle?
Today we're talking about age and getting old and being old and grumpy.
Old and grumpy. That's not nice, man. There's some really nice old people out there, man. Look
No,
at
I mean
Stan
you could
Lee.
be old. You could be what? You could be old. You could be old and not be grumpy, but there are old grumpy people. I'm
They
gonna be an
exist.
old grumpy person.
I was gonna ask one of those questions. That's why the question I was gonna ask. What kind of older person you think you're gonna be, right?
Because my patience has declined dramatically. So
Really?
I can only imagine. Fast forward 20 years from now, zero patience.
Man, all right, so let's just go ahead and jump right into this, man. We're basically gonna be talking about aging, man, and the differences, the ups and downs, and how do you view older people? How do you think they view us? So we'll start with that, man. How do you personally view the older people, or do you consider yourself part of that older person generation? What's old for you?
That's a matter of perspective. I think older
Right.
is when you get up there and I actually am not even gonna say that because that I could say being 30 is old, right? But to someone who's 40, that's not old. And, I could say being 50 is old, but to a 60-year-old, that's not old. So it's just a matter of perspective. I don't think it's a matter of a number. I think
Mhm.
it's more of about maturity and stuff like that. So it's just about where you are in life.
All right. I remember when I was younger, I thought that, 20 was old, maybe
Yeah,
30 was old, then
yeah.
older than that is older,
As
then
soon as you,
older.
the closer you get to those numbers, the change it changes. Yeah. Because at 15, 16, oh, when I am in my 30s, I'm gonna have it all figured out, man.
And I think that's when you start to feel old, right? When certain levels of achievement aren't completed. Like
Hmm.
we set up these goals basically that we said by this age we're going to accomplish this. By that age, then when we don't accomplish it, we keep pushing the bar farther and farther away. So you think
Well,
that's
some people get really sad about it too. Yeah, I've had
I
those
used to.
moments where you're like, damn, I didn't get this yet, I didn't do that yet, and it's but then you got to take that and you kind of just move forward.
Right. Well, Mommy Flo says she thinks 65 is still young.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a matter of how you feeling, man. I mean, the age don't put too much. I wouldn't put too much emphasis on the number. Because my
Right.
grandfather is up in his 80s and he is literally moving around. He's more active than I am, fortunately, and
Mm.
he's just really active. He doesn't feel it. He says, "Oh, more power to him."
I think that's important too, man. Staying healthy and
Mm.
exercising because you don't want your body to start breaking down because that just naturally happens with age.
Yeah,
Shit stops working.
yeah.
you,
It just
you
it
don't.
starts to slow down, man.
Yeah, you don't want the wrong shit to stop working, man. So you got to make sure your testosterone levels up. You know, you're working out, exercising.
Well, I'm not gonna comment on that. Okay, cool. Because you wanted to go there, and I'm not going there with you.
I'm not going though. I'm just saying it's important.
Yeah, yeah. The stuff that we do now is going to be important down the line. And had I known that younger, I'm like, oh yeah, I don't need to stretch before I play.
Oh
And this
man,
is why
that's
I cannot play run up and down the court now without getting catching cramps and whatnot. So I'm this lack of stressing throughout my teens.
that is so true, man. When we're younger, we don't really think about that kind of stuff. Like I never stretched my whole life.
Yeah.
Now I have to stretch to get out of bed. Like it hurts. It hurts. Everything hurts now.
Yeah. So
Joy.
I mean, Rick, I'll be honest with you, man. It's definitely stretching. It's so important, man. Like when I downloaded this app, they're not paying me, so I'm not gonna say it, but it's a free app, and you get these lessons, and it kind of goes based off of your what you want. And I was doing it for a week or two. I'm just honest, I fell off with it. I've been busy, but I've been doing it for like a week or two, and I literally felt different when I woke up and everything. I didn't feel the pain and ache when I was walking up the stairs and stuff like that. So there's definitely something there. You gotta just stick to it.
So definitely, when you get old, or what you perceive as being old, you definitely got to start stretching.
Yeah, I would say everyone needs to start stretching like now.
Just in general,
In
yeah.
general, yeah. And it's kind of good, man. Relaxing and just getting loosey goosey.
He said loosey goosey.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do you think about? I guess you had mentioned this, right? Like old school versus new school. What do you think is the issue there? Do you think that older people look down on the younger generation and vice versa? Like the younger generation looks down on the older generation?
I think it's a trend. It's a ongoing trend. It's like the older generation always look down on the younger generation. It's like no matter what. Yeah, it's no matter what. Like, because think about it. I would say the music my mother listened to, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would consider it old music, and it's like, oh, it's no profanity and there's nothing like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But her parents looked down at that kind of music, just because it was just, oh, it's too sexual. Man, it's not a sexual word, and it's not a sexual lyric in his face.
Yeah, but he said,
yeah, right. I want to hold you. Like, what? That was too much. Now it's just like, it's just changed, man. The tolerance for what we perceive as profanity and wrong, and not even wrong, but just like I said, profanity is the best word I use. Is like it's too much, the tolerance has changed so much. Now on television, you can say things you couldn't say when I was younger.
That's for
it's
sure.
just weird, So
it's funny you mention music because that's another thing that gets compared a lot. Old school music versus new school music when it comes to rap. Like I'm considering myself old school, and I can't stand like the new school. The new school can't even talk right. The new school music, like all this mumble rap and stuff. I don't even consider it music, but they are generating millions upon millions of followers, and I worry about the youth, brother. I worry about the youth who enjoys that music.
But they probably said the same thing about you.
They're not to worry.
That's the truth. They probably said, but the only difference is that here's the difference. I can understand Nas and Jay-Z and I'm naming the people who I grew up listening to. I can understand Fabs. I can understand the lyrics. I can understand these people. I can understand Common. I can understand the lyrics behind it. And it was some meaning, and he said something. Poets.
Right.
These dudes the best comparison is Dr. Seuss. It's just what? What are you talking about?
Right.
So I'm guilty of that. I'm this is definitely for music. I actually like older music myself. So I like, I'm with every kind of genre and kind of time frame, but this new one after 2000, after the 2000, even 2000s, I'm kind of like, but definitely after like 2010.
Yeah. Yeah, I literally wanted to fight these mumble rappers, bro. I'm like, what are you doing, man? It's like there was like a little bit of animosity going on. Like this, I forget this guy's name, but he was singing that song Gucci Game. That's all he. That's
No
all he
clue.
said. Oh, thank
No clue.
God. Thank
No
God.
clue. Yeah.
We're still friends. That's
Yeah,
good.
because some of these lyrics in my actually I was driving a car. It's funny. I was driving in a car with my niece a
Mhm.
few months back, and she was trying to put something on for me, and I'm like, you know what? I'm open minded, right? So I'm gonna
Mhm.
try some of this. She's like, oh, wait, this is conscious rap. That's what she told me.
Conscious
Yeah,
rap.
she said this is conscious rap. She put it on. I was like, yo, what's going on? She's like, this is the most conscious song he has. I'm like, what? I can't understand it. I don't understand it. So
You gotta get the bouncing ball to find out the lyrics that's going on and shit.
yeah,
Can't do it, man. Can't do
I
it.
just I don't know, man. And it's not there's no meaning to me. So, but I feel like the older generation before us probably said the same thing about us. Um,
I
but
guess, but yeah, I'm actually trying to do my homework and I'll look for the lyrics and I'm like, this guy said a whole bunch of nothing.
yeah,
Should have
yo,
locked.
it's a song. It was I remember it was yeah, I love the 50s, Motown's 50s, 60s, 70s, the doo-wop. I love it all. It's actually really relaxing. It's what we call it's what I call 50s, 60s, 70s is what kind of that time period because I have different aunts and ages and everything. So that's the Sunday cleaning music, you know. Sunday morning when everybody had to clean up, that's the music that used to be on, blasting through the house. And, you
Oh
know,
yeah.
so but you know, it's just weird, man. The music has changed. Um and I try to be open minded about it, but it was just like, nah, this is trash.
And this is just one aspect of like old school versus new school. That's the crazy part. How about the clothes, man?
Yeah, we're not even. I don't know why we discuss the clothes. This is that's just the let's just move on. Let's just move on. The clothes, really,
Oh yeah,
bro.
tight jeans that just compress every
But
vessel in
but
your
you know what
body.
though? I'm okay. No, I'm not gonna say okay. The question is the tight is the tighter jeans better than the extra baggy stuff?
That's true. That's true. 'Cause I
I will lean towards the tighter the more fitted stuff than the
fit
extra baggy stuff.
right.
The extra baggy stuff just was it was a terrible time, you know.
I look back in those clothes. I'm like, wow, what did you do? You look at if you look for clothes that don't fit, and
Yeah,
that was the
it's like
style.
yeah. So in that aspect, but the colors is what get me
Mhm.
now. It's like, wait, you're wearing a lime green shirt with a purple pants? It's like, is
And
that what's going
checkerboard
on right now?
is
So I mean, yeah, man. But yeah, I think it's just a generational thing. You gotta kind of try to now. You don't want to be that old person who's like, oh, back in my day and all this other stuff. You
right.
want to kind of, you know, you want to kind of go with it. You know,
I think
transition slowly. You know, into it.
all eventually turn to that person.
Yeah,
Back in my day, we didn't do that stupid shit.
yeah. But
Oh
some of
yeah,
the stuff they doing now, man, it's just like. And I talked to one of my mentors. He's a basketball coach, one of my first basketball coaches, and he's still coaching today. And he was like, "Kyle, I just don't get it. You know, and you guys, them and you guys are just totally different. And you know, it's just the mentality is different. You know, so it's
work
a
ethic.
work ethic. And, you know, it's not even just work ethic. It's just like outside of. There's too many distractions too, man.
Right.
I didn't have to worry about social media at 14, 13. So that's, you know,
That's so true.
that's a you know that's something that they have to deal with. That's another external pressure that they have to deal with. So I try to understand them, but they're addicted to their phones, and some of us are addicted to our phones, me too.
Right.
So
I think the older generation is getting hooked too, man.
yeah, because it was like you knew better at like between our age, you social media was born in that era, right? You can say, but we was old enough to understand it, you know, and no life before it. So
Right.
so you have appreciation for it, you know, a little bit more. If you was born into it, that's all you know. So the appreciation is not the same thing. It's like right now
Yeah,
we're able
spoiled
to,
to it.
yeah, we're able to stream right now.
Mhm.
Remember AOL dial up, man?
Oh, hi. Bing, bing, bing.
One phone call and this whole show's done. Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So it's we have an appreciation for it, you know,
Right.
and they will never know the struggle of watching that man run to his family to connect to the AOL. You know,
Yeah.
they would never understand.
Man, it's
So,
bananas. You think you're gonna curb your kids when it comes to that stuff?
I don't know. I have no idea. I can't really answer that question. I will want them to have appreciation for um for certain things, but it's their time, it's their generation, man. It's like, and I'll give you a quick story. My one of my mentors was telling me, "Hey, you should shoot in film photography." I'm like, "Yeah, that sounds great." He gave me a film camera, 15 shots, bro, and you can't see what you take until you get them developed. I'm like, "What's this?" I'm able to take 1,500 shots and see exactly what I took when I took it. Exactly. Now you're gonna tell me I gotta wait 2 weeks to see what I took.
That's
all the pictures come out. All the pictures come out black, and I wouldn't know until 2 weeks later. So,
that is so true, man. It's like this, an appreciation for technology, man.
Yeah, it is definitely, man. And texting and phones.
And texting I think the older I think that. Oh wow, I forgot they used to charge you per
texting. Yeah, and free nights and weekends. Remember?
Hey, rollover minutes.
Yeah. I gotta call you back after 9. I gotta call you back.
Then it moved to 7 p.m. It was cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, it's a blessing, man. So, what else you got? What else you thinking, bro?
I don't know. I guess when it comes to older age, does this ever bother you?
I don't think about it. I try not to think about it because you took this to a real dark place real quick. I don't think about that, man. There's nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. I don't really like talking about it, to be honest with you.
No, I had a really bad good 2 years where I was depressed over dying. Like before, I just like in my just when I hit 30 around there, I would think about it and obsess about it like nonstop for almost like 2 years until it just clicked that it happens to all of us, man.
It is what it is, It is what it is, bro. And I it's funny you said that. You have those what if moments, like it could be whatever. And what I took from it is just appreciate every second right now. Live in the second, live in the moment. And
100%.
You cross that bridge when you get there. So
you never know when it's coming, so man.
Yeah, thanks, Rick, for the reminder.
Yo, bro. Thanks. I am so blessed to be here today, bro.
Yeah, I know, bro. I know.
So it's like it's so true, man. You just never know, man. When I think about it, sometimes it bothers me. It's like I should be dead a year and a month now, bro.
Well,
like that thought that it crosses my mind. I feel blessed every time I wake up. I'm not taking full advantage of it. I'm not doing the stuff I should be doing to prolong those gifts. Certain shit I shouldn't be eating, I still eat them. Certain shit I shouldn't be doing, I still do them.
Yeah. So how about you get on it, bro?
Oh, I'm trying, bro. Look what I got here. A little bit of H2 Izzo.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you want to move on, or you want to stay here, Grim Reaper?
Grim Reaper. No. All right, let's go right here. Is there a moment in your life that you would like to relive?
Nah.
None at all?
Nah.
It wasn't that girl that you wish you would have said something to?
Oh, you say relive. I didn't mean you go back and change. You mean relive or
relive. Like just experience it again, or just
That's weird because you always want to wish you could have another conversation with somebody that you lost.
Right. Right.
Just one more conversation, stuff like that. But other than that stuff, some stuff is sometimes things are best when it happened that one time and it's in the memory. You go back and live it again. You're like, wow, I remember the lights being so much brighter and everything being so much smelling better here. And you kind of, you lose that mystique of it. Mm-hmm. So I think sometimes one and done is great, man.
Yeah, nothing. I wish I knew more about stocks back then, man.
Oh, okay. That's fair enough.
Man, bro, I just wish I had like a working. It's something I'm actually now starting to talk to my son about. Looking into it, thinking about it, and investing into the things that that you're passionate about. I think that's so huge. Like teaching our kids about finances. So I wish I could go back and learn more. I wish I could just. But finish school on time. If that makes any sense.
The school thing is like it's a weird thing because it's like is there actually a time that you could say I finished on time? I'm like, does it really matter? Excuse me, if you finished on time or whatever we will say, we would like to think time is, like, oh, I did it in this year, I did it in that year. I don't think it's going to judge or is going to say much about your character, like when you finish. The question is, the end bottom line is, did you finish? You did? All right.
Yeah, I wasted a lot of time though.
Yeah, sometimes it's a marathon, and sometimes it's a sprint. You know,
Yeah.
it is what it is, man. I don't look at things as wasting time anymore, man. I look at it as I learned, experienced it, and move on.
Definitely.
Because unless we got a time machine, but looking at the past is not going to help, man.
I don't know if I agree with you 100% with that, man. There's knowledge back there, man. If you
No, I'm talking about not trying to go back to relive. I'm talking about I'm talking about yeah. Everything we do should be counted as as an experience and something that we could touch back on anytime we need to. Our life is a book. We need to sometimes go back and revisit other chapters.
Oh yeah.
So
that's going to lead us into the next question. It's almost perfect. Almost perfect. If you could put everything you know into your younger self, would you? That's a gift. That is a gift. You say no?
No.
Everything Kyle knows right now, I'll give it to you when you're 14 years old.
No, I wouldn't.
No, why not?
Because you gotta let that person live. You gotta let that person make mistakes. So all I'm gonna do is give the knowledge I have now, and I'll be thinking so far ahead that I'm gonna make new mistakes. I'll be thinking so far ahead because no, it's not gonna be perfect. It's not gonna be perfect, man. We are born here. We live. We were born. We live to make mistakes and learn. And nah, man, that's cheating. Like somebody just cheat code.
Yes,
cheat code. Nah, man.
Yes,
you're trying to guarantee yourself a win. Nah, I would. Nah, I wouldn't. I would probably, I wouldn't say, hey, go do this. I would kind of like, I would say, I would leave words there, self-love, loyalty, things that kind of like keep you installed. I would just try to install values. I wouldn't go back and try to make a change in the mistake I made.
Okay.
I would just try to install better values and let those values dictate my decisions moving on in life. Are you gonna let Matthew make his own mistakes?
I'm doing a horrible job at that right now, bro. He lives in such a bubble. I gotta pop that bubble already. Just pop that shit.
Yes, you gotta learn how to make mistakes.
Pop that bubble one time.
If you didn't learn to not touch the hot pot or hot pan, you would never know not to touch it. I mean, if you didn't touch the hot pan and get burned, you would never know not to touch it again.
Yeah, but that's bullshit. Because I was trying to teach him how to cook one time, and he felt the heat, and he never wanted to go back to the kitchen no more. So there's levels to that shit. It's like,
yeah, I guess. But yeah, man. I what about you? Would you go back and do something?
I'm a cheater, bro. I would love that cheat code.
But then you're gonna get a whole bunch of. You ever seen? I'm sorry to cut you off, guy. What you saying?
No, I was done. That's it. Good.
You ever seen Bedazzled? This is a shameless plug, but not even my shameless plug. But I love that movie, Bedazzled, with Brendan Fraser and.
Of course, I love that movie too. It's funny as hell.
So he got 3 wishes, and every 3 it was 3 wishes.
Yeah,
he got 3 wishes, and every time he wished for something, he thought he had a perfect life, and it changed the negativity in it.
That's how the devil botched that shit up, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he wanted to be successful and everything, and he turned out not liking women or something like that.
Yeah,
it was weird. He was a sports guy. He was tall, but he was dumb as a doorknob. So let the mistakes happen, man. Appreciate them.
That shit was funny though, because they were making fun of him. He was tall, but he was small.
Yeah.
Then he wished for a bigger one, and they made it cartoon size big.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I'm a firm believer that you have to learn from your mistakes. That's something that you're gonna learn, man.
Yeah. I just want a little bit of cheat code. You know what? I think I have that mindset because when you have so many losses in life, you kind of wish that you could take that knowledge and turn them into wins. Because
bro,
people have certain advantages in life, and
I mean they're not losses, bro. They're experiences, man.
I guess
they're not losses. They're experiences, bro. Did you die? Is the question. No, you did. All right, so we can move on. You learn from this.
He said, "Did you die?"
Oh, so this is an experience. You ain't lose until you give up, bro.
It's a valid point. All right, let's we'll get back to the meat and potatoes of this thing, which is youth versus the old people. So, how do you think it affects older people and younger people when it comes to looking for work or just in the workplace in general?
I think it's weird, right? Because right now where I'm at, all of I'm not going to use my ex place.
Right,
Just in general, most of the leadership right now is older,
right.
and you have sometimes you have these people with old ideas,
Mm,
and it's time to bring in some new ideas, and it's time to that may have worked in your time, but right now the world has moved on, technology has changed, and it should always be a revolving door or a nice mixture of older and younger staff to
right.
kind of learn from each other.
All right. Do you think it's easier or harder for older people to find work?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think it's right now
It
it's
depends on the field, right?
yeah, it really depends on the film. Rick, let's take a look at some of these comments, bro.
Good.
Let's take what you got.
They
Yeah, let's
love
take a
that
look at
movie.
these that movie, right?
Yeah, they loved it.
Yeah. Let me do a quick lighting change, Rick.
I go. I'll read out some of the comments while you do that. Good.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
All right. Let me see. Blessing to be able to get. I like that. Press one says, it is a blessing to be able to get old. Absolutely, man. Not everybody gets to get to that, ripe old age. And I gotta ask you guys a question. What do you think is a good ripe old age? At what age do you think still say, oh, he died too young? Is it in the 50s, the 60s? If someone dies of natural causes, like at 90 something years old, 100, do you say, oh, they lived a good long life? I'm asking you guys that. So that's very interesting. And Mommy Flo says, yeah, she said 65 is still young. Adventures in George School says 72. And I like this. I agree, I wholeheartedly agree with this. Press one says that old is also a state of mind. And that's true because with every year that I get older, like I don't feel older, especially up here. I'm immature as fuck. So I can tell you from right now, I definitely don't feel older in my head. Maybe I'm getting older physically but mentally, I think I'm always going to be young. So yeah, again, a veteran George who says, it depends on how good you take care of yourself. The Mommy Flo says Rick is going to be an old 80-year-old man calling his urologist for more Viagra. I missed that one. All right, Facebook user says, I'm 51. I'm living my season. I'm embracing it. I'm not too old. I'm older. I like that. I like that. Like a fine wine, I guess, right? We age with grace, get better with age. I like to think that we get better with age. Absolutely.
Oh, I would like to think so too. Like fine wine.
Yeah. Like Kobe used to say, we used to call him vino.
Oh man.
Let's see.
So
Marmar said, what do you call it? My bedtime back then was 2 and 3 a.m. Now my bedtime is 9 p.m. I guess that's one of the the things that happen when you get old. Start going to sleep earlier.
yeah, man. Definitely. And it's like your recovery time.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my God, it takes so damn. If I was to play one game of basketball, it'd take me like at least a good 2 years to recover. I need a hyperbolic chamber or something.
Wow. Oh, I'm sorry. We was talking about before I stepped away. We was
That's all
talking
right.
about the job thing.
Right.
Yeah, it's it needs to be a good mix, man, and it needs to be a respectful mix too.
Right.
Sometimes the older people and some young people too. I don't want to make this about an age thing, but sometimes older people take 10 steps to do one thing, and now technology allows us to do it in 2 steps. And but
Maybe
no,
even
you
one.
got to do it this way. You got to do it. Like, no, you don't. You
It's
don't.
like the end result is the same. Who
Yeah,
cares?
yeah. So
No, I get that.
it's really you got to really respect the experience that they bring, and you know, and they got to respect the experience you bring. So
Right.
all the innovation that you bring. So it's sometimes hard though. Sometimes it's hard because people want to be right.
And that's where you bump heads, right? They feel like they're older, they have the experience under their belt.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, they might actually be, you could probably benefit from some of their experience.
Yeah.
He said, "That's not like yeah, okay." He said, "Yeah, highly unlikely." Hold on, what Mormar says here. Now in our days, everything is done online, and some older people do have a hard time applying. That's true.
Yeah.
That is so true, man. I know a lot of older people who just can't get around the whole. My dad doesn't know how to click on a link to do a live conversation.
Mm.
I was
Oh
like,
man,
damn
during virtue, I've been in some meetings, man. It's like, first of all, it started off like this. Let me, like, you be like, yo, we gotta back up with the camera. It's just like all forehead. It's just, how do you? Yeah,
Oh,
it's
you know what? You're right. Actually, one of the shows I did, one of the guys is really close to the camera. As a matter of fact, it was one of Daryl's guys. He was a cool dude, but I think he was having an issue with his technology.
I'm like, listen, you don't talk into the camera. The camera's there for visual. You talking to the mic. The camera lens is not going to record your audio.
It makes some funny moments. It makes some definitely funny classic ass moments.
Yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, man.
All right, if you let me ask you this: if you was like an employer, right, and you was hiring people, would you factor in age?
What? No, I can't. You can't, bro.
Why not?
No, you can't do that, man. No.
You think it's ageism?
Yes, you can't do that, bro.
But what if they don't?
You can have an ideal candidate, but I think I'm not going to deny somebody a job because they're older. And I'm not going to deny somebody a job because they're younger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that played against you when you were looking for work or you was looking for a promotion or something? You think that anybody ever thought that you were too young for a position or something like that?
Yeah. Earlier, when I was at this company, and it was interesting. I was due for a promotion, and I think that they had an issue with my age.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I think that was one of the main factors, why I didn't get the promotion, and end up going to somebody that was I felt was a little less qualified, but it was older. And sometimes, but I understand. Sometimes you want your leadership to look a certain way, and then you could draw an issue with supervising or leading a team that everybody's older than you.
Yeah, you know what, Chris has a point here. You could be too old to strip.
Yeah.
It's a job. It's a job.
I don't know. I've been seeing some pictures of women that Gabrielle Union is 49.
Oh, that's right. She take care of herself. That's right. Jennifer Lopez is 50 something.
Yeah, then we just see Toni Braxton walk down. I don't know where she was walking down, but she was in a bathing suit. It was like,
yeah. They're killing it. I mean, if you take care of yourself.
Yeah, but that's what we need to start taking care of ourselves now, right? So drink that water, man. Eat your vitamins. There you go.
Yeah, somebody's mom had a crazy makeover. That was it. Chris Brown. Somebody's mom looked like crap prior, right? And then all of a sudden they get all this work done. They're like 20 years younger.
It'd be like that, man. So, I'm sorry.
No, get it.
I don't remember the teachers looking the way they look now. Back when I was younger, I just don't remember it like that.
How do they look now?
You know what? It's funny because I know some people who are teachers, right? So it's like, wow, I don't remember my teacher looking like that. I remember my teacher being wiser. I'm not gonna use the word wiser, and looking like somebody's grandmother, and that's just what it is. But now it's like, whew. So
you want to go back to school, huh?
Yeah, school classes in session.
Yeah. Trying to learn a thing or two or teach.
But yeah, man, it was just different. I don't remember
that. With that Neo.
But, yeah, man. So what was you about to say?
It was random. I don't remember. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
Hit up some of these comments real quick. Says no, a 65-year-old can't run mail efficiently. See, I mean that's a valid. Well, I don't know. I can't say. It sounds logical. Like if somebody can't perform a certain task, like if it's a kind of job that requires a lot of manual physical labor, maybe you don't want to hire someone who's older because it might be too demanding for them. So would
Yeah.
you consider that something like ageist, I guess?
No, I think it's a reality, but
Yeah,
but I also, if somebody is 65 and they want to try it, I think you got to at least give them a try.
right.
You got to at least give them a try because some people are just in a phenomenal shape, and
What if it's a liability thing? What if you're afraid that if you give them a try, they get hurt?
well, then they have to sign a waiver or something like
Oh,
that. But
oh
I
yeah,
think it's in the police department and in the military. After a certain age, you can enlist.
that's
Um,
true. That is so
and even
true.
firefighters. So, but are there exceptions to that rule? Who are phenomenal athletes? Yeah,
That's the thing, though. Like I always thought about that. Like, why wouldn't you hire someone who's 36 years old?
because they think that they probably won't be able to. They won't physically be fit to do the job. But it's not everyone. Like everyone is not like that. There's some real athletic or in shape 36-year-old male and females. So
Kobe was killing it at 36, man.
yes,
He
he
was
was.
still
Floyd
doing
Mayweather is still undefeated at 42, I think.
it. I'm telling you.
So,
You have to reevaluate some of these things. I think when
yeah,
it comes to something like the police department, I think that's the kind of experience you want. I personally think they might be hiring people a little bit too young. I think
too young.
18. Is it 18 that they hire you or
I'm not
21?
sure, but I do think that they need to have a. They do need to have a
Higher age thing, right?
higher age and as well as higher education requirement.
Really?
Yeah, that's a whole nother discussion. But I think that you learn certain experiences going further in the educational system than you do straight out of high school.
Right.
Imagine somebody coming straight out of high school getting a gun.
Yeah.
And,
In New York,
it's just
in
like
New York, you need at least 2 years.
so. I'm just saying, and just that mindset. It's not
That's
there
way
yet.
too much power. I always say that maybe get some life experience under you, a good 24, 25 years old
Yeah.
before you can start working as
And it's still
a
fairly
law
young.
enforcement officer. No, it
Yeah.
is, but
Yeah.
it's 6 years older than 18, man. 18, you mean you're still arguing with your parents about putting the
Yeah.
fucking
Taking the
stop
garbage
drinking
out.
out of yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
I'm supposed to trust you to make the right decision with a firearm. So
I
I
think
guess
it needs to be a bringing up system. At this age you can do this position. At this age you can do that position.
I like
and
it.
then
I like it.
and then training too. This is a whole nother topic that we can.
No, it has to do with age. It's
Yeah.
100% applicable.
Maturity is a big thing. Maturity, like I said, maturity is huge in training and every person. But I don't want to say at 35 you shouldn't be doing this, right? Because at 35 there may be some people who are physically fit, mentally fit to do it. Everybody's not built the same, and I think we need to get away from this number sometimes. It should be on a case by case basis, unless there's something scientifically saying that it shouldn't happen. Then I'm not going to argue with science.
But I think that's a lot to ask for, to do it on a case by case basis. I don't know if that would be like.
But they do psych evaluations on a case by case basis.
I think the whole psych evaluation is also BS because I mean, if you go to a psych evaluation today, right, for whatever law enforcement you go to, and if you tell them you've never done any drugs, they're not going to believe you. I've had friends get disqualified because they didn't believe that they've never had drugs in their whole life. They think that everybody has tried something at some point in their life, and it's impossible for you to be a person in today's society to never have had a drink and to never have had a smoke or something.
I don't know, bro.
So they see it as
I've never smoked, but I've tasted liquor before. So
right.
I ain't had my first taste of liquor till I was like 23.
I've tasted it before. I've never drank though. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does. No, it does. Probably to this day, I probably have never drank. So
You never
no,
drank?
no. I've had like drinks.
You've had like celebratory drinks?
No, I mean I've never gotten drunk. That's what you're asking.
Are you old enough to get drunk now?
I would say so.
I would say so.
But who knows?
Right.
Yeah,
Now we'll keep the ball rolling. Hold
please.
on. I said please.
What do you think about the respect level?
I like that. Let me add that up here.
I watched a video today of I was watching it as I was falling asleep. Of this is the level of disrespect, right? And so many different levels. I I watched a video of a teenager at an Under Armour camp, and Cam Newton was walking by, and this dude is telling Cam Newton he's trash, he's going to be a free agent, he's going to be poor. This teenager is telling this to Cam Newton. It may have happened a few years ago when Cam Newton was a free agent. You're going to be trash. Oh, no, Cam Newton is a free agent this year, so it probably was recently. You're going to be trash, you're going to be poor, whatever. So Cam comes over to him, and he could have took the high road, or he could have been like me and not take the high road. And he was like, but I'm rich, though. You know, I'm rich. He said, listen, I'm not going to argue with you. Where are your parents at?
Ouch.
He said, and the kid keep on saying, but you trash, you trash, you trash. So, first of all, this is Cam doing camp that he's being disrespected at. That's number one. And number two is like, you calling somebody, you're at the camp because you want to make it to the NFL. This man is the Heisman Trophy winner. This is like this. He's been success in the league, you know. And it's not every day that you make it to the NFL. And the nerve and audacity to disrespect this man at his camp.
The cockiness of the youth versus
and that's my question.
Yeah.
That's what the point I was trying to bring. You know, it's just astonishing. It's just, and I think we have all maybe done something like that. Not as dramatic as that. But you know, think that we know it all because we sometimes, you know, we drink a lot of invisible juice when we're younger. You know, we're invisible.
Yeah, actually, it's funny. Like when you think that you try to do something funny, right? You think somebody's not gonna hear it or find out it's you. Then they point at you. You're like, you turn white and shit. You can't believe it's actually happening. Like, oh man.
Yeah, man.
It happened. It actually happened to one of my best friends. He was, you know, we were all doing dumb shit when we were younger, right? So we used to live next to this this bus stop, this bus depot, and he had a water gun, right? He was wetting people with it. So one of the employees told him to wet this other employee, right? The water gun. So he did it. Oh man, that guy wasn't having it. He smacked fire out, my boy, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, he smacked fire out of that. He was frozen in place for me. He didn't know what happened. Huh?
Would you hit a kid?
I can't, man. It depends. if it's a bully and it's messing with my kid.
What? Wait, hold on. What?
No. I'll tell you right now. Let me tell the story. Right? If there's a bully, he's messing with my kid, and I'm trying to talk to him, and he still think he's too. He can't get these hands.
From the stomach?
I'm gonna do one of these.
Yo, it's a funny scene in Due Date with Robbie Downey Jr. And he's in the bathroom. He's in the living room with two kids, and the guy keeps on hitting the little boy keeps on hitting him in the face. He keeps on hitting him in his face with his own tie. So Robbie Downey Jr. does the same thing you did. He looks away and punches him right in the stomach. The kid be like 9 and 10.
Yo, I actually had a situation like that with my kid in like first or second grade. We were playing in the park, and there's this little badass kid. I'm sorry, I'm gonna tell a lot of people's kids that they're bad, but damn it, when they're bad, they're fucking bad. Because he was acting up, and I tell you, I'm gonna tell your mother. He's like, so tell my mother. Second grade, first grade. I was like, shit. Come say that shit to my face, you little fuck.
Yeah, take the high road, huh?
No, I can't. So
I
eventually found his mom, and I told him what she was doing, and then he started, crying like a little bully, like a little bully that he is. I was like,
I don't have kids. I don't know, but Chris said he'll fight a kid for his kid.
No, it's true, man. You want to protect your kid. You don't want to actually fight a kid. Obviously, you don't. I don't think any of us in our right mind will ever do it. But it's fun to talk about and fantasize. It's fun to see it happen in movies. We live vicariously through the movies, but we'll never actually do it in person because we don't want to go to jail.
Yeah. Yo, there was a show, remember the guy who smacked the kid? It was called The Smack or something like that. It was on one of those major networks. The kid was acting up in the middle of a barbecue, and he went over this. He popped
the shit out of hell yeah. They made a
whole show. I can't believe they made a whole show about that one incident.
It's called The Slap.
Wow, man.
No, but that was uncalled for. I think he just thought. From what I see, I just saw the trailer.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not watching this. I saw the whole show.
Yeah. Oh, you did?
I saw the whole show in 2 minutes. That kid deserved it.
Yeah.
He said, yeah. And when I asked my mom watched the whole show, she said, yeah, that kid deserved it.
Yeah, some kids are just, they're just bad. See, the youth, man, the youth versus the, oh, they don't respect the old people, man. They don't respect us.
Yeah, man. I don't want to sound like that old guy, but I'll be on when I'm taking the train.
Mhm.
Yo, the dialogue, man. I'm so glad I have these noise canceling headphones.
Uh-huh.
Dialogue just be like so vicious, man. That's something I can describe it. It's just like so vicious. It's like you 15, 15. I mean, this child could not be no older than 15, and she was just, and it was a female too. That's the kind of thing. I mean, like, wow, she was just talking the way she was talking, so reckless, man. It was
The
just
whole my nigga thing, my nigga, my nigga. A lot of these girls do that.
sexual. Yeah, it's just sexual, man. It was just like, that's why we got to be better parents, man. Well, though you guys got to be better parents.
Well, you too when you have kids.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
You get so depressed when you talk about this. Yeah, it's okay not to want kids too.
no, it's not, first of all, the show's not about me.
Right.
It's not that I don't want kids. This is a long talk. It's a long conversation.
All right. Tomorrow we'll talk about.
No, it's not that I don't want kids. It's you gotta choose wisely.
There's levels to
carefully.
this shit. There's levels to this shit. I feel you.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Some of us make. Yeah, I never wanted to make a mistake with that. So I get it. I get it. So I was wrapping up and pulling out, man. I wasn't making no mistakes, bro.
Yep, and thanks for this edition of TMI.
That's not TMI, bro. What kind of virgin ears do you have, bro? Put some holy water in your ears, bro. It's gonna smoke.
We need to start talking better because my mom was gonna start watching the show. So you need.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
awesome. If she's gonna be on the show, I'll definitely clean it up. I'll put a muzzle on my face so that when you can't barely hear what I'm saying.
She's gonna be having the same conversation. Like, what's wrong with you, young people? You know, look how you guys are talking. So.
They're so reckless. They're so reckless.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So it's a
it's a doggy dog world.
Yeah, man. You got to be able to respect your elders, appreciate the stories. And I love talking to older people, hearing their stories, and gaining knowledge from them, man. It's just like you live through that. You know, some things that they live through is just be like, wow, you know, and you get get an insight of it. Yeah, I think. We should always be willing to listen and learn when someone is about to share some knowledge and experience with you.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna put that up real quick.
Yeah, man. Just take it all in. I mean, take in the wisdom. Yeah,
and that's I agree with you wholeheartedly. That I've always wanted to have like conversation. Like, I want to visit an old person's home, whatever you call those places, and just have conversation with these people and like experience life through their eyes, man. That's no history book could ever give you the same experiences as someone who's actually lived through it. Yeah. Someone who's like 90, 100 years old, who still got their shit together, who's still mentally intact, still sharp. I would love to just sit there, have I might end up crying, bro. It's like I'm so sensitive and shit like that.
Well, and it doesn't have to be that old. It could be 10 years older. It could be 20 years older.
Now, the reason I say 90 is so that I want to hear about World War I and World War II and Vietnam from their perspectives, where they were in life and how that, like, that's why I say that older, because I want to hear about like racism, and then I want to speak to an older white person about racism at that time. I want to speak to an older black person about racism at that time. Someone who actually lived through it and came on the other end, and they might still be bitter about it. They might see the progress. There's a lot of wisdom in the older people that we just don't tap into enough. I think they deserve a platform to tell their stories and enrich our lives through their experiences.
You should. That's the next show. There's a senior edition.
I'll do it, bro.
A bunch of. It's gonna spend more time trying to set it up than anything, as far as like the cameras and everything go.
That's horrible.
You gonna spend more time.
Where we at? Am I live?
Yeah, so but yeah, man, it's you gotta take it. You gotta take the knowledge, and you should be open. We're all students. You should be open to listening to everyone, and just taking it in, bro.
Who's the oldest member of your family? What age that you know of?
My grandmother my grandfather is 82, and he has older. I think he has an older brother and older sister, so they're up there. And I love talking to my grandparents, man. It's really enlightening. Yeah.
You actually got a good point there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And it's weird because it's really weird that not weird but ironic that comic. I'm thinking the same thing. That's why when you said it, I'm like,
Yeah.
It's a cycle.
I mean, it's not exactly the same. There's no whites only places.
No, it's not like that, but
right.
Yeah.
I could imagine living in a time like that where it says like no Hispanics allowed, or like I can't go somewhere, I can't partake in something because of something that I didn't have a decision.
Yeah.
And that's so heartbreaking. I couldn't imagine the people who had to live through that, like really like experience that type of negativity, and to think that was the actual law. That was legal. That was the way life was. Like you didn't have a choice to be black, brown, or whatever it is. You don't get to choose that. It's not your fault that by just being born that way, you have to experience a different level of life. And I couldn't imagine, man. I could not even fathom having to. I'll never understand racism.
To think that we disrespect our elders, to think that, just people who lived through the worst times, because if they didn't have the will to survive those times, we wouldn't have the privilege that we have now.
Yeah.
We are literally living off the backs of their struggle. Everyone.
100%.
So you need to kind of, not just you, but we all need to kind of have that appreciation for them. We owe them.
Oh yeah. Yep. For those of you who have access to older people, say what's up, give them a hug, show them some love, man.
Yeah.
Have a talk with them.
Yeah. Yeah, man. My grandmother's from the South, and she's shared so many stories about how things were growing up.
Is there anything you can share?
No,
you can think of?
The one thing I will always share is like when I used to come home and I tell her I'm tired, she's like, "You don't know what tired is. How many fields of cotton have you picked to be tired?"
Wow.
Grandma, first of all, I'm not picking cotton, so that's out. But I understand where you're going with this. But
right.
Until you pick some kind, or as a child, you don't know what it feels to be tired. So I keep that in mind. If she can go ahead and go through all of that and live in the time that she lived in and succeed, I can't complain.
Hell yeah, man. That's deep right there. That's truth, man. Yeah, man. And with that said, man, I think we're gonna wrap up on this age conversation, man.
It aged well. Oh, you see what I did there?
Ching!
Yeah,
I gotta get some sound effects.
Yes.
Yeah, man. So with that said, man, it's so good to be back, man. I hope we have a lot more of these interesting conversations. Kyle, if you have some awesome ideas, hit me up, bro. Hit me up. And if you guys want to be a part of the Facebook group, please join and share your ideas and be a part of this network, man. And consider inviting a friend to the next show, man. I want to do some growing with this channel. I want to try to reach more people. So yeah, hit us up. So give us a like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel, man. And like I always say, man, this platform is about having open discussions, man. Like, we are not experts. We do not know everything about everything. We just want to talk. We might have different ideas, and let's just talk about it, man. And with that said, man, we don't always have to agree, but damn it, we should always talk. And with that said, see you guys next time. And I'm going to roll my brand new end credits. Hope you guys like it. Check it out, man.
Yeah.